Now, into the ticket office of Disneyland.
Oh boy, let's do this.
Don't think the CIA is going to be trying to hack your second-gen iPod.
I didn't think so. There might have been a lot of illegal music on there. I would doubt it. But, I mean...
Because that would be stupid.
iTunes is a constant source of embarrassment.
I approve this message.
I really, 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 really don't see Apple ever doing that. I am Nadella.
I can't do it anymore without laughing. I was going to do the whole thing. Welcome, everyone, to the Calling All Platforms podcast. I am your host, Wes, and I'm here with Landen.
Hello.
And Caleb.
Hello.
And guess what? We're all here.
Yay.
Caleb isn't out somewhere getting stuck in some weird foreign country.
Well, fortunately, I didn't get stuck in a foreign country. I got stuck in San Francisco, which is a little different, but...
It's almost a foreign
It's
country.
almost a foreign country.
It's right on the border of foreign.
To be fair, actually, if it hadn't been like a transition to a foreign country, then I wouldn't have gotten stuck there. So
That's probably true.
it was the international aspect of that international airport that was the problem.
Gotcha.
Anyway,
he's back.
yay.
We're very happy. He's on fire.
Now, we don't have to provide the Apple News or provide takes on Apple News.
Hey, I thought it went really well.
I did too.
Just saying.
But yes, I agree. It just would have been better had Caleb been here.
You did okay. You did okay.
We did okay. All we said was ditto. Moving on. Yep. Caleb sounds like he knows what he's talking about. Okay.
I still want a Mac Mini.
Yes. Dude.
I really do.
Like, that's my Christmas present to me.
You know,
I think.
So I've been debating, and I talked about this on the last episode. I've been debating between that and a MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
But the fact that the Mini has an Ethernet port, I think is the main thing that's pushing me over the edge for that.
Yeah.
I desperately want that Ethernet port.
Oh man, it's a $100 upgrade to get a 10 gigabit Ethernet port.
I'm not getting a 10 gigabit Ethernet port.
10 gigabit Ethernet.
We don't have 10 gigabit Ethernet here.
But what if you want to install a data center with a fiber line to the internet in your house? Then that would be the one circumstance in which you would want that port.
This is my desktop. It's not going to be a server device.
I was going to say. Wow.
I'm going to be the rare exception of people that buy a Mac Mini because I'm actually going to use it as a desktop, not a server.
Yes.
Because most of the people that are going to buy one are going to be buying 3 or 4 or more and, connecting them together as a server.
I think they're going to see a pretty even split down the middle of people who are going to buy like the cheapest one, who literally just want the most inexpensive Mac they can get, and people who are going to buy the most expensive one that has, and then buy like 5 or 6 of them.
Minus the storage space.
Right,
probably.
Minus storage and maybe even minus RAM. And then, they'll be rack mounting them as servers or something like that.
Yeah. But that's not me. I'm going to be buying the mid-tier one.
Yeah, no.
I a $1,700 one and use as my computer.
I will be buying the cheapest one plus the updated processor or the upgraded processor. Because you can, like with the base model one that has 128 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM, you can get that thing with the 6-core i7 that turbo boosts up to 4.6 gigahertz, which is like dope.
Yes.
So it's an extra $300 on top of the base price, but that is a worthwhile $300 upgrade as far as I'm concerned. So that will be the one that I get in like a month. It's $1,100. Dang it, Apple.
What are you going to use it for? Come on.
What am I going to use it for? Everything.
Is that going to be your new desktop?
I will stop using all of my other computers except for my gaming computer because I do still want to play Overwatch, and that doesn't run on Mac OS, unfortunately. Blizzard.
Yeah, everything's coming to Mac OS anyway, so...
It's the one game Blizzard has ever released that didn't support Apple computers at release. It's the only one. Overwatch.
It's true.
That's it. Okay, except for the ones that were released before, like, Apple computers were a thing. No, I mean, hold on. There weren't any of those. Blizzard's not that old.
No.
You probably get your roller coaster, or not roller coaster, rock and roll racing.
Right. Wasn't
There
that
you
an arcade cabinet game, though?
No.
There was one game very early on, like it was one of the very first Blizzard games. It wasn't actually a computer game. It was an arcade game. They built it for cabinets, and then they ported it to consoles, and then it died. It never touched computers. So that's, as far as I'm aware, the only other Blizzard game that never ran on Apple computers.
I do not know.
But I can't remember which one it was.
Was it before Blizzard and they were Silicon whatever?
Silicon Knights, was that what they were called? I can't remember.
Was it Silicon Synapses or something
No,
weird?
it might have been. I don't know.
Blizzard lore.
History of game development. Oh well.
It's interesting stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, I will be buying me a Mac Mini. That's gonna happen. I would replace my iPad Pro, but it's like a year old, and I maybe feel a little stupid for not waiting a year. But to be fair, I kind of needed the one for the past year, and
those new iPad Pros are freaking awesome.
They look really nice. My biggest thing is the pencil that doesn't charge stupidly.
Mm-hmm.
Like that, I don't know. The simplicity of pairing and charging the first gen Apple Pencil to an iPad Pro, like that was really nice. It was super simple, sure. But what idiot looked at that thing and thought, yeah, it's okay that this is sticking out at right angles to the iPad, that you could easily, like, I don't know, bump it or jostle it, or you're sitting on a train and somebody walks by and kicks it or something like that. And then suddenly your Apple Pencil, your $100 Apple Pencil is broken and you can no longer charge your $1,000 iPad. Like, that's not okay. Bad decisions. Anyways, I'm glad they fixed that.
Yeah.
That's quite nice.
Well, I'm glad too.
I think there are a lot of people that are going to really like those iPads. I will find out whether or not I'm one of them probably in another 3 or 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, hey, speaking of buying things.
Hey! Look at that segue.
That was pretty terrible.
Let's buy Segways.
Let's buy
No, I'm
Segways.
just kidding. Don't. Like, oh gosh. Don't.
I have wanted one just to probably tear it up.
I've always wanted one. I want one of those ones with like the off-road wheels.
Just to tear it up.
That's fair. Okay, Segway started making like rollerblades. Have you seen those?
No.
It's just like 1 foot. Like they have one for each foot and they're not connected to each other. And they just have the wheels and you just step on it. It's like rollerblades. And I'm just sitting there looking at it like, that looks like a really good way to just accidentally do the splits on a pair of powered wheels. And like, there, you're just, I don't know. Hope
And
you
then
didn't
you're
want
done.
more kids. Like you're dead. Just looks really dangerous. Anyways, let's not talk about Segway.
Nah, we won't do
Poor
that.
Segway.
But we will talk about his Black Friday, because guess what? Black Friday's coming.
Yeah.
Probably this next week. So we decided.
So it is this next week, not probably.
Yeah, well, you know.
There is
Wes
a set
isn't
date
quite
for that.
sure about the linear nature
I work
of time,
nights.
so he just wants-
I work nights.
So do I.
That's fair.
So, well, I work 12s. Haha. Anyway.
I work a lot.
I work a lot. I work what? Anyway, so we're going to go through some Black Friday deals and see if they're any good.
Nope.
Right? Nope.
Nope. No good deals on Black Friday. Just stay home. Okay, actually, no. Just shop online. Newegg
Yep.
and Amazon.
Newegg and Amazon. Well, Mr. Anti-Amazon, that was the first nice thing you've ever said. Anyway.
About Amazon?
So,
Yeah.
so we're going to go ahead and have Mr. Anti-Amazon start us off with some Black Friday deals that he finds good.
Okay. We're going to talk about Apple Black Friday. Apple doesn't do Black
There
Friday.
isn't any.
Okay, there we go. We're done.
That was quick.
We're done. That was so easy. Okay, no. If you are buying new Apple products for Black Friday, which they have a bunch, there's new iPads, there's new iPhones, there's a new Mac Mini, the MacBook Pros are fairly recently updated. Don't buy iMacs, I guess. It's been a year since they were upgraded. I was kind of disappointed they didn't upgrade the iMacs last week, but whatever. Whole bunch of new Apple products. If you want to buy them, there's a pretty good chance that from retailers like Best Buy, B&H Photo, Amazon, and those are likely to be the big ones, but possibly also like Fry's Electronics and a couple of other regional electronics sellers. If you go in, that you'll be able to get gift cards, basically. So go in, buy a MacBook Pro, you get a $200 gift card to, spend at Best Buy, which You might be able to turn around and just get $200 off of the MacBook Pro you're buying right then.
I know oftentimes Best Buy does let you do that.
Yeah.
Some stores do, some stores don't.
Right.
Best Buy's usually pretty good about that.
Yeah. So that'll kind of depend, but those will be the places that you're going to want to look if you want to actually save money on your Apple devices. The best deal that I have seen for the iPhone, which is going to be probably Apple's best-selling device for the holidays because it's their best-selling device all the time, is Walmart, actually. So if you're willing to buy on contract, or not on contract, but like on plan, so you're willing to buy, you're buying it from Verizon or Sprint or T-Mobile or AT&T, and you're going to be putting it on a contract, you're buying their version of the phone, whatever, right there. You can get a $400 gift card for Walmart when you're buying an iPhone 8 or an iPhone 10X, iPhone X. Or you can get a $300 gift card back when you buy an iPhone XS or an iPhone XR. So, that's a pretty good deal. Being as how it's Walmart, I would fully expect that you probably would not be able to then turn around and just get $300 off your iPhone XR. But you buy that, you get $300 to spend the next time you shop at Walmart. So if you go back a couple of hours later with that gift card and then buy a TV or something like that, not a bad way to do that. And actually, Walmart, pretty good source for TVs as well. They had a good number of TVs that were on sale. And I did see a couple of smaller, like 40 to 45 inch 4K TVs that were around the $300 mark. So if you're in the market for a new iPhone and a new 4K TV, go to Walmart, buy the iPhone, walk out the door, turn around, walk back in, use the gift card that you just got to buy the TV. So,
yeah, that's not a bad deal at all.
Yeah, that one's not too bad. The other place that is going to have reasonably good deals on Apple devices is going to be Best Buy. It was similar stuff. You go in, you buy an iPhone, you're going to be getting, some money in form of a gift card back. Now, like Landon said, you can probably, with Best Buy, just turn around and use that gift card on the price of the phone, and they'll just give you $200 off or something like that. If you can't, Best Buy also has really good deals on TVs. And actually, I'm going to say that if you don't really have any other, box stores, okay, if you don't have a Fry's Electronics or a Micro Center nearby,
yeah,
then Best Buy is probably going to be the best bet for TVs in terms of the selection that you have and the prices that are going to be available. Walmart might have some that are cheaper. Want to say that. Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, a couple of big box stores like that may have TVs that are less expensive than the cheapest TVs at Best Buy, but they will not be better than the cheapest TVs at Best Buy. I actually did look because I was curious about this, because I am kind of in the market for a 4K TV. And in particular, 4K TVs, you can get a 4K TV for less money at Walmart, but it will suck and it will be tiny, and just don't do it. Like, if you're going to be buying a 4K TV at Walmart, you want to be in the $300 to $400 range at least. Best Buy, that's, it's going to be a little bit better. The cheapest 4K TV that they had at Best Buy, actually, that I saw was, this was a doorbuster deal. So that means that you have to be in line on Thanksgiving Day at 5 p.m. to get into the store first, because some idiot decided that we should be starting Black Friday on Thursday now. But $130 for a 43-inch 4K LED TV, it's a good deal. That is a good deal for any size 4K TV. And 43 inches is not, it's not huge, but it's not tiny either.
It's very decent.
It's a good, bedroom TV, So yeah, Best Buy also had a bunch of reasonably good deals on cheap laptops, but I just want to, give our yearly caution to anybody who's shopping for computers at box stores this year. Please, for the love of all that is holy, do not buy anything that has an Intel Celeron or an Intel Atom processor in it.
Or Pentium Gold.
or Pentium Gold, or really Pentium. And basically, if it doesn't have an I in front of the processor name,
Don't buy it.
Yes.
And also, if it only has 4 gigs of RAM,
Don't buy it.
if it's a Chromebook, that's okay. But if
Yeah,
it's a
that's-
Windows 10 laptop and it's only got 4 gigs of RAM, spend the extra $50 to buy the one that has 8. Just do it. Because, like, seriously, there were some HP laptops that I saw at Sam's Club that were 8 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive, had an i3 in them, I think. They were 15-inch laptops. They looked super cheesy. Like, they're cheap plastic bodies, not like backlit keyboards. They're not super nice laptops. But you could get one of these things for, I want to say it was like $400 for 8 gigs with an i3 and a terabyte of hard drive space. And that's a good laptop for a student, you know? Somebody
It's
who's
not
just
bad.
going to college, they mostly just need it to do homework and do the internet and stuff like that. That's a good laptop for them.
Yeah.
Somebody in high school, that, you know, like if you're not going to be doing video editing or protein folding or gaming or something like that, that is a good laptop for a student. Especially since the 8th gen i3 processors, they have 4 cores in them. They're quad core chips. And hyperthread. No, maybe not hyperthreaded. Ooh, either that or they're dual core and they're hyper-threaded. I can't remember, actually. Okay.
I
Anyways,
don't think i3 is.
I can never remember with the i3 series because they're wussy and I never look at them because I'm better than that. No, I don't know.
Oh.
Says the guy who, what was it, last year I bought the $80 Windows 10
I was gonna
tablet,
say.
or was that the year before? Anyways, just that's the caution. When you're buying cheap computers, you will find them cheaper than that. You can go to Shopko and you can spend $150 on a Windows 10, air quotes, laptop, and it will have like 2 gigs of RAM and like 32 gigs of flash storage and an Intel Atom processor, and it will be the worst experience in the world for whoever you buy it for. Okay.
You'll be better off buying a phone
Yes.
for the same price.
You would
Yeah.
actually be better. Like, honestly, you'd be better off buying a $150 Android tablet and then a Bluetooth keyboard to attach to it.
It's debatable.
It's debatable, like, but I don't know. It's hard. When you're down in the $150 price range, you just got to accept anything you're buying for that little money is going to be a toy at best.
Yeah.
So if you're buying it as a toy for a small child, then okay, that's probably fine. But honestly, if you're buying a toy tablet for a small child, then you shouldn't be spending $150 on it.
You should be buying an Amazon.
Yeah, you should be
Fire.
buying a Kindle for like $70.
And you get a six of them for $100.
Yeah.
Or whatever their deal usually is.
Yeah, that's always good deals on those. So, you know, just the word of the yearly cost super cheap electronics. You're gonna see a lot of that in Black Friday ads. Just buyer beware.
Yep. Yeah. I'll just repeat. If you're spending that little money, if it doesn't say Amazon on it, don't buy it.
That's probably true. That is probably true.
Because Amazon doesn't care if they make money off of their products.
No.
They make money off their services.
Right. They make money off of selling you stuff. So, I mean, as long as you're okay with some ads, then their hardware is, for the money, unparalleled.
Yes.
Definitely. So is that all your Black Friday?
That is
stuff?
all of my Black Friday stuff. That's-
Okay.
Was not. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Gaming Black Friday stuff. I forgot about that.
Well, yeah, bring it on.
The PlayStation.
There you go.
Anywhere you can buy a PlayStation, if you are spending, I don't know, for a normal,
much.
like a regular PlayStation Slim, the PS4 Slim, if you're spending more than about $200 for that, then you're kind of getting ripped off. I have seen the $200 plus game bundle available from multiple retailers. So pretty much any big box store, you should be able to go in there and get a PS4 Slim plus a game for about $200. The game that I did see one Red Dead Redemption 2 bundle that was online. I can't remember where. I want to say that was B&H Photo, actually.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's the new version of the PS4 Pro.
Well, that one wasn't. Oh no, you're right. That one was a Pro, and it was like $350 or something like that.
And that's supposed to have the different power supply that makes it quieter that they decided that the Xbox had. They're like, we'll have that too. So
Yeah. And then Walmart and Kmart and Sam's Club, because that's just Walmart. And I want to say Costco as well. And then there was one other box store, but I can't remember who it was. But, you know, big box stores like that. PlayStation Slim plus Spider-Man, the PS4 Spider-Man game, which I have heard nothing but good things about. That one for $200 is also a pretty common bundle.
Yes.
You'll probably be able to buy that directly from Sony as well, if you want to. So, good deals on the PS4 right now. It's pretty usual. If you want to buy a brand new console, waiting for Black Friday to do it is usually a pretty good plan.
Yes.
So I don't know that we'll expect to necessarily see these prices repeated until Christmas, but in the past, that does seem to be the trend. These sales start on Black Friday, but likely they will be repeated a couple of times before Christmas actually gets here. So don't feel like you have to run out to Walmart on Friday to pick up a PlayStation 4 Slim for $200 to get Spider-Man bundled with it. It's a good deal. It's like a $60 game bundled in with a console that normally costs $250. So you're saving like $100 or like $120 on the cost of this bundle. So that's a great deal. But you'll probably see it again. So don't panic if you sleep in on Friday. Because, just don't panic if you sleep in on Friday. It's okay. Like I said, you can also just hop onto Amazon or Newegg from bed, and you might be able to get the exact same bundle from either one of those retailers and never have to leave the house.
I think the big thing, though, with the box stores is they can always throw in, like you said, a gift card, but also they'll bundle things together for themselves, whether it's an extra controller.
That's true.
Or gift card or service card.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Like here's an extra month of PlayStation Plus or something like that. Yeah, that's definitely true.
It's always good to look at those as well.
That's true. And every time I buy something from like Best Buy, like there's an HDMI cable in it.
Right.
Like an extra, even if it came with one. Like in the case of a PlayStation, those come with HDMI cables. I would not be surprised for people who went to Best Buy to buy a PlayStation 4 this Black Friday if they got home and there were two in there. Just cause.
Yep.
Just because Best Buy was like, HDMI and everything! Even if it doesn't have HDMI on it.
New phone, HDMI.
HDMI. You want it.
You got a pair of headphones. Here's an HDMI cable. Oh, you got a keyboard and mouse bundle. Here's an HDMI cable. Why?
You bought a candy bar. HDMI.
Yeah, HDMI. You need this.
You're drowning in HDMI.
Yes.
Oh, what a way to go.
What a way to go.
Okay, anyways, that was it.
All right.
My mind.
We will not open that can of worms.
I just thought of a very horrible Indiana Jones parody. Instead of snakes, it's HDMI cables.
Yeah. And Caleb's like,
I think we need to make this now.
Yeah.
That could be very entertaining.
I do have an Indiana Jones hat.
Yes, he does. I've seen it.
You might need to do a little cartoon of this.
Okay.
No, I want live action.
Live action.
It would have to be live action. I don't think I have the animation ability to do it as a cartoon.
Or at least a still picture of a concept.
Oh, I'll get my brother in line on this. He's an actual filmmaker. So
bonus.
There you go.
It wouldn't suck.
Why not?
Just have to dig up all of my HDMI cables.
I'm sure you get plenty.
I actually have at least 3 that I have easy access to that are just spare, not attached to anything. So just sitting around.
We could make this happen. Low budget. All right, moving on. Landon, what are your Black Friday deals?
The only deals that I really care about and are kind of making me angry are on the Pixel 3 and 3XL.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
This is coming from Google. So, and this deal is actually going on right now. If you buy one Pixel 3 or 3XL, you can get the second one for up to 50% off. That is going from November 16th to November 21st. So, day before Thanksgiving.
There you go.
Wow.
On Black Friday, they're doing a $150 discount on the Pixel 3 and a $200 discount on the 3XL.
Nice.
So, that sucks.
And that's just from Google.
From Google.
Freaking heck, Apple. Come on.
This is making me think, okay, in 2 years when I probably will buy another phone, depending on what Google does next Black Friday, I'm just going to wait until Black Friday to buy a phone.
That's
I
not a
should have
bad
just
idea.
done that anyways. I know that there's going to be deals on these phones.
Wait, so I could get a new phone. Thanks, Landon. Just kidding.
You could.
This one is paid off, so.
Let's see. So Cyber Monday deals are going to be buy a Pixel 3, 3XL, and get a Google Home Hub for free, plus $50 in Google Store credit. So a $200 deal right there.
Nice.
You can save $60 on the Daydream View, or save $20 on a My Case purchase. So it's a customizable case for the phones. Buy 2 Google Home Max speakers and save $150. Or save $129 on a bundle of the Google Home Hub, Google Home, and Wi-Fi 3-pack.
Oh.
So you're still spending around $500-ish.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's not a bad bundle.
No.
But that's Google's deals. Does say that Pixelbooks are discounted around $300 for pretty much from now until the end of the month. The Google Clips cameras that are still a thing that people forgot about.
Yeah, I'd forgotten about those.
They are 50% off.
Hey,
So that's a pretty good deal.
maybe somebody will buy one now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I've still thought about it, but it's like, do I really want to spend that much?
Exactly.
Like
Seems
50%
like
off, it's more tempting, but
Seems
still,
like more of a niche.
it is definitely a
very
niche
yes.
thing.
So
I do like the idea of it.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know. But that's pretty much all my Black Friday stuff.
gotcha.
Just Google's discounts, and they're pretty good.
Yeah,
It
No,
just
those are-
frustrates me.
those
I
are
mean,
solid.
I did get $130 from my Pixel XL when I
Right.
traded that in, so it's not that I got a pretty good deal. And I did get my $50 Google Store credit, which I will be using to buy a Pixel stand, more than likely,
Right.
Oh, that's right. Turns your Pixel 3 into a home
basically.
hub. Or, yeah.
Yeah, and charges my phone. And okay, I did want to mention this because we were all complaining about how Google limited the wireless charging on the Pixel 3 XL.
Mhm.
Apparently, Samsung does do this.
Oh, do they?
Their chargers will charge their phones at 10 watts. Other chargers will not charge their phones at 10 watts.
Really?
Apparently.
Wow.
I found this out.
So I should be happy that Apple has not released the AirPower, because if they had, likely it would be doing something special, and they would
Now-
be limiting other chargers' functionalities as a result.
And I will say with Apple, they don't fully limit it, but they kind of do. They limit it to 7.5 watts
Yeah.
of quick charge if you have a 10-watt charger. So it's still limited, but it's not limited to 5 like the Pixel is on
Right.
10-watt chargers.
Well, and I thought that was just the X and the 8, because the charging coil literally couldn't handle anything higher than 7.5. But I thought that the
I had
new ones
heard it was all of
would.
them, but I'm
Is
not
it?
sure.
Okay.
I'm not 100%, but
I'll have
Yeah.
to check into it. I haven't really done a whole ton of research into it, but my understanding was that they had beefed up the wireless charging coil in the new phones, and they were supposed to charge faster as a result, but I have not seen any actual testing. So
yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
But anyway, I just wanted to clarify that because I thought it was pretty interesting that Samsung does do that to an extent, and Apple kind of, not really, but kind of.
yeah. Well, when Apple first released the X and the 8 with wireless charging, they were stuck at 5 watts for everything.
Right.
Like, that was just how it was. And everyone was like, Apple, what the heck? And then there was a software update a couple of months later that boosted it to 7.5,
Yeah.
which is, I mean, that's a lot faster, but it's also as fast as you can charge a modern iPhone off of an iPad charger. So
I'm still
Woohoo.
pissed that they only put a 5-watt block in the freaking box.
that's,
They did finally put an 18-watt in the iPad Pro.
well, yeah, that was good. That was good, because as the owner of a freaking 10.5 or 10.5 inch iPad Pro with a battery that is like, it's like a laptop sized battery.
Mhm.
You know, you can buy laptops that have smaller batteries than are in that iPad. And the thing has a 7.5 watt charger in the box with it. And it takes so long to charge. Oh my gosh. The capacity's great. It'll
Yeah.
last for days.
but it
like, on
takes
a single
days
charge.
to charge.
But yeah,
That's funny.
it's so stupid.
I think it may. I mean, Lightning has the capabilities of charging quickly,
yes,
but it is. I think putting USB-C on the iPad Pro this year
Yes.
definitely
Yes.
helped make it easier for them to
Yeah.
do this,
well,
or
and-
make it harder for them to give an excuse why not to do it.
right, and that's the thing. Like the Lightning port does, like they made some changes to it a couple of years ago, actually with the release of the first generation of the iPad Pro, that enabled quicker charging. If you plug the thing into a higher wattage charger, like a 12-watt charger, you can get 12 watts of fast charging via
Yeah.
those Lightning ports, but not 18. So I'm pretty sure that they would not have been able to go that high without
that's
the
probably
switch to USB-C. So
I will say that's going to be the one thing I don't like about the Pixel stand is that it's not as fast as the cable charging
yeah,
because I have an 18-watt charger on my phone,
yeah.
and that is quick, and I
Yeah.
love it. But granted, the time I put it on the Pixel stand is going to be when I'm going to sleep, and I don't use my phone for a few hours. So
Right.
it can take the time it needs to charge.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I believe it's I would assume it's a USB-C into the Pixel stand. I could just unplug it from there and plug it into my phone and still charge quickly that way.
Probably.
And
I mean,
if I need to.
really the advantage though of having the wireless charging is that you can have inexpensive like Qi chargers just kind of scattered around the places where you usually are.
Yeah.
Have one plugged into a car adapter in your car, have one if you have a desk on your desk at work, have one sitting on the kitchen counter and stuff like that. And just every time you're in that space, pull your phone out, drop it on there, and just keep it between about 60 and 90% charge all the time. And that will actually increase the longevity of your battery health like a ton. Just kind of leaving it in that space pretty much all the time. Which is how electric cars work, actually. So, I mean, that's kind of related information.
Thank you.
The more you know.
Yeah. The more. Dun, dun, dun. Moving on with more things we need to know. Nope, bad one. Anyway, so let's go ahead and
That's okay. That was all right.
we'll talk about some Microsoft deals here. Now, the weird thing is with this is like these all are different date ranges
Oh boy.
for each. Yeah, so we're going to talk about Surface right now, and some of them range from the 18th to the 24th, and some are the 22nd to the 26th. So keep an eye when you're looking at this
Yeah.
stuff and look for the dates.
Yes.
So
But if you're buying on Black Friday, you should be good.
you should be good on Black Friday.
Okay.
So unless you're not getting paid this week or whatever,
Right,
you
yeah.
know. So
Mhm.
anyway, so let's go ahead and talk about some Surface deals. November 18th through the 24th, you save up to $300 on the Surface Laptop 2 Black. That's it. So any other color,
Really?
yeah.
Whoa. Okay.
Same with the November 18th through the 24th, save up to 50% on, or I'm sorry, $50 on Surface Go.
Well, that's about 50.
You don't buy that, please.
No. Even
That's
$50 off.
Even
it's
though it
not
says
worth
Pentium Gold, don't please.
What we were saying about buying those processors and stuff like that earlier. This is one of them.
Yes. November 22nd through the 26th, you can save up to $330 on select Surface Pro 6 Black plus the black type cover.
So they just really want to move the black devices, is what I'm
Yeah.
getting. Like that's
This
obviously
is the
not.
new. The black is the new.
Yeah, they're
big
like
thing,
we're
so-
pushing this. Yes, like buy
Yeah.
these.
And then from the 22nd to the 26th, you can save up to $310 on Surface Pro.
Nice.
So.
I would assume up to, meaning that like if you're buying the cheapest one, it's going to be significantly less than $310.
Right. So
So if you're buying the most
you can
expensive
upgrade.
one, then
Yeah, depending on what you're putting into it, RAM,
right,
hard drive,
that
all
discount
stuff.
will change slightly.
Plus the accessories if you want to
Mm,
cover or whatever and whatever.
right. Which, if you're buying a Surface Pro and you're not buying a type cover with it, what are you doing?
Pretty much.
Well, all right, moving on. So this is Windows 10 PCs. Now, again, let's iterate. Do your research on this stuff.
Yes.
Okay. I'm just going to do a few of these.
If it says Intel Atom on the cover, don't. It's not a real PC. It's fake. It's a joke.
Yes.
It's a trap.
For example, November 22nd through the 24th, get $200 off the Acer Nitro 5. And then at November 21st through the 26th at bestbuy.com.
Okay.
Yes. Doesn't give much spec of that, but a lot of those are not.
Acer Nitro 5.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I just installed the new operating system today on an Acer netbook. And
Whoa.
when I say new operating system, I mean Windows XP. So if you see one of these things running Windows XP, it'll probably run that OS just great.
Yeah,
I'm
perfect.
going to go ahead and say if you see an Acer laptop or device for that matter on sale at any of these places, don't buy it.
Buyer beware.
That's fair. If you see an Acer Predator laptop on sale at Best Buy, that's okay. You can get one of those.
Okay, yeah.
But those...
And that's going to be discounted at $50.
Right. And
That's
it'll,
their sale price.
It starts at $1,100 anyways, so, you know, like...
And these are so a couple laptops. So from November 22nd through the December 1st, you can save up to $100 on an Asus ZenBook 13 at Amazon.com and get the Asus, I think I say this right, VivoBook Flip 14 for only $399 at Walmart.com.
Oh, okay.
And then on November 23rd, only 23rd, what this shows, I looked.
Wow.
Buy a Lenovo X1 Carbon for just $899.99 while supplies last.
That's a good Ultrabook.
Yes.
That's a good Ultrabook.
So, all right, let's go ahead and we'll move on to some Xbox. Obviously, with Xbox, all the digital content there's plenty of it that's going on. I looked, and I just didn't want to go through all of them. But let's go ahead and we'll talk about the Game Pass, basically what they're promoting from November 10th through January 3rd. If you join Game Pass your first month, you can get only spend $1. It's normally $10 a month.
Nice.
November 15th through the 30th, you can get 1 month of Xbox Live Gold for $1.
Okay.
There you go. November 18th through the 26th, you can save up to $100 on select Xbox One consoles. And as Spenlove has said before with Sony, these are going to be very comparable to what Sony's deals are. $200 for with a game bundled with that. I know that box stores, they will have extra stuff. Buy a controller, buy this, or have a gift card if you buy it with less.
Yeah.
So, and it's always good to also look on if you do say. On top of that, if you have like some sort of points reward system, go with whatever, whether it's Walmart, whether it's Microsoft or whatnot. I guess you can look at that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
I would like to say that it's likely that when you're shopping for Xboxes, they're going to be a bit more expensive than PlayStations. So like if you're looking at the cheaper bundles, it's going to be an Xbox One S bundled with a game, probably at most of those box stores. I would expect that to be about $50 more than the PlayStation. And so, you know, if you've got a kid, like a little kid who wants to they just want a console. They want a PS4 or an Xbox One. They don't care. They just want something to play. And you're looking into that. Bear in mind, the Xbox One S comes with a 4K Blu-ray player and the ability to stream and play 4K content, which the PlayStation 4, like the regular one might be able to play back 4K content, but I actually think that in order to stream 4K content like off of Netflix or something like that, you have to have a PS4 Pro, and they don't have a 4K Blu-ray player in it. It's just a normal Blu-ray. So you are getting some advantages for the slightly more expensive price of the One S.
And I think the one that's comparable to, say, your $200 is the Xbox One S. That is only 500 gig hard drive.
Right.
If you want the terabyte, that's where it increases $50.
Right. Which the PS4, they all come with 1 terabyte hard drives in them.
Yep.
So, you know, it's just something to bear in mind when you're shopping for these things. There are differences between the two consoles.
Yep.
And I mean, there's also the fact that PlayStation 4 has a much larger player base. So if you're going to be playing multiplayer stuff, then there's that. But there's also the fact that both of them, if you want to play multiplayer, you have to pay a subscription fee in order to get it. And so maybe you don't want to be playing multiplayer, in which case PS4 Playbase has nothing to do with anything. So, stuff like that, things you should be keeping in mind while you're shopping for these things.
And now that we're at it as well, Nintendo Switch also falls in that now too.
Yes, I forgot about Nintendo.
Yep.
What are some of the deals on the Switch? I didn't even look. Oh, I feel terrible now. Jeez.
We'll get to that.
Okay, that's good.
But we'll have to get to that. Anyway, so November 22nd through the 30th, there will be a lot of deals. So right now they have their digital deals going on, but there will be, I guess, extra that's going to be taken off certain games. For example, like Forza Horizon 4, you can have up to 35% off. State of Decay 2, 35%, and Sea of Thieves 50% off. Granted, that's, what was it, March when that came out?
Yeah.
On there, so there's options there. I know right now the holiday season, Xbox is always throwing out in the rewards program, all sorts of things. Like the other day, they threw it out. They were like, "Hey, happy holidays! Here's 3 months of Xbox Game Pass." I didn't have to buy it with points or anything. They just handed it out. So there's plenty of deals that way. Plus, when you buy these consoles, I'm assuming PlayStation has the same. I don't know for sure. They'll also throw in like these 1 month deals or 1 month things for these services they offer. So there are those advantages.
Yeah.
Plus, like GameStop, you can trade in your old stuff to get credit and get these deals. So there's all sorts of things like that. Also, there are some other things like Microsoft is also highlighting sales on Windows mixed reality headsets, as well as gaming headsets, speakers, and even phones. So like the Samsung Galaxy S9 and S9 Plus, things like that. You can also have 1 year of Office 365 home or personal for free when you buy these things. So they're always bundling their services with all this stuff. So wanted to mention those as well. So if you're looking for a game, big blockbuster game, now would be the time in this holiday season to get it. For example, I actually just got Wolfenstein 2, which has been out for a while, but I haven't played it. It's just always been expensive. And now I got the whole shebang deluxe edition with all the downloadable content for $20.
Nice.
So sweet.
Nice.
So this is another reason, if you, like I said, deals upon deals for all this back catalog.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing.
Time.
If you're a PC gamer and you're wondering why we're not talking about any PC gaming deals, it's because the Steam winter sale does not coincide with Black Friday. That'll be coming sometime in the early weeks of December. So, we'll get to that later.
Yes. So those are those deals for Microsoft on there. So sadly, I did not look at a lot of Nintendo either. So
I'm looking at it right now.
At it?
Okay.
So
I checked because I was feeling bad. So I just want to mention the Nintendo Switch is not actually discounted anywhere. $300 is still the price. However, you can get it bundled with Mario Kart 8 at Walmart, Best Buy, and Target. So that's like originally Mario Kart 8 on the Switch, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was like an $80 game when it was released. I believe you can get it now for $60, but free bundle with the Nintendo Switch, which is actually kind of unusual. You don't see that very often.
No.
So you get the game for free.
Like that, yeah.
That's pretty cool. There's also some deals. So this is an interesting one. At Kohl's, you can get a Switch with a Turtle Beach headset and a carrying case, and $90 of Kohl's cash for $330. So technically more expensive, but you get a lot of stuff stacked on top of that bargain. Yeah. So that's pretty good. There's also a couple of deals on Switch games, like first party Switch games. ARMS at Walmart is down to $35. Bayonetta 2, which also includes the first Bayonetta game, as far as I recall, is down to $40 at Best Buy. The Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze, Walmart has that for $35. Dragon Ball Fighters Fighters, I'm not sure how you're supposed to pronounce that. It's $25 at Walmart. It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Farming Simulator is $15 at Target.
You be careful now. Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, don't. Oof.
Now, something I also did kind of want to mention on top of this. The reason why these things are cheap, whether it's Sony, Xbox, or Nintendo, is because this is nearing the end of these life cycles of these consoles. So if you are looking to get into this now, I mean, it's not bad. I mean, you still have another year, 2 years left of this.
Yes. Well, and that's the thing. Like, if you're gonna buy one of this generation of consoles right now, the Switch will be around for a couple of years longer.
They'll support it till
the Switch. Like, they're not gonna replace the Switch 2 years after they released it. Has it been 2 years yet?
Yeah, they are in the works right now of doing a updated Switch.
Yes, but
so
Microsoft has been in the works of replacing the Xbox One since the Xbox One released. Like,
right. Well, I was meaning like, so Nintendo is on a completely different cycle than, say, Sony and Xbox are. So they're now doing their update, So
they definitely are. So the Switch is a little bit different, but the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One, it's going to be a year before we see their replacements.
Yep.
And they'll be supported for probably another year and a half, maybe 2 years after that,
right, by
game developers. Because they know that they don't get player base if they switch only to the new console right away. So you can see a good couple of years of support out of these consoles as far as new games are concerned. And then, both options still have great single-player games available for them, and you can keep playing for years and years and years and years and years after the console is no longer supported. So, still good deals, and the consoles are quite cheap right now at this point in their life cycle. Good savings available there.
Yes.
So,
just wanted to put that out there because we're always talking about buyer beware and things to think about. This is one of those things.
Yes, for sure.
To think about is how long are you thinking of this? Whether you're buying it for yourself, for somebody, definitely something to think about with these console deals.
And since I just got my hands on a PS4 Pro, you can pretty much guarantee we will be seeing it replaced within a year because that's what happened with the Nintendo Wii. I bought a Wii. Within a year, we had the Wii U. So that's just how it works. When I buy a console, it dies a year later. Yep. So the countdown has begun.
It's begun.
There's one other Nintendo deal I wanted to mention because I may be taking advantage.
Ooh.
The NES Classic on Amazon is $50 right now.
Ooh.
So it's $10 off, which isn't a great deal, but it's still...
That's money off.
It's $10 off, and it's available.
Yeah.
Which actually has been pretty available for the past few months. Like Nintendo said it would be.
Yeah.
Yay.
Well, cool.
I need to buy one.
Yeah.
You should.
I don't know if it's going to be on sale in time for Black Friday, but has anybody seen the Sony, the PlayStation Classic?
I haven't actually read it. I haven't actually gone forward to this. All I've heard is a lot of people are disappointed. But that's just now listen, this is just me looking at highlights of certain things and moving on.
I know why they're disappointed.
That's it.
Because they can't plug their original DualShock into it.
Yeah.
Or their original it's
really?
USB controllers.
Yeah.
It uses USB controllers. It doesn't have the original port on there because that thing was huge. Like, holy crap, that was a broad port. There's Nintendo sitting over there with these tiny little circular ports that you can plug 4 controllers into a console, and Sony's like, 2. You get 2.
Then you can buy an expansion set.
Right, yeah. So, anyways, I'm not sure if that's going to be on sale for Black Friday, so
don't know.
But it's coming.
Anyway.
Everybody's on that bandwagon now, apparently.
But always be looking. I mean, a couple of things I did want to mention. If you're looking to upgrade any kind of computer stuff, we had mentioned go ahead and go to Newegg.
Yeah, do that.
There's always some good deals there. Amazon does have good deals. I have been kind of looking at both Newegg and Amazon for a new router. And I mean, it's kind of fun to go back and forth to see because once one goes lower, the other one's got to beat it, and then the other one goes lower.
Yes.
But I mean, sometimes it's only by $1, but it's actually pretty funny to see. Right now, the router I'm looking at started at $250, is now down to $187 since I last checked.
Is that the Nighthawk?
Nice.
It's not the Nighthawk.
I saw the Nighthawk discounted about that much too.
That's probably this one is the Linksys equivalent that I've been looking at. So they're just same neck and neck. It's like,
awesome.
Oh yeah, this is 189. The other one's like, yeah, 188. Then the other one's like 187. So
yeah,
it's always good to keep eyes on everything
Yes.
that way too.
And you know what? This year we might actually see some Black Friday discounts for graphics cards. Wouldn't that be amazing?
$10.
I didn't even think about looking at those. Now I'm like, oh yeah.
Like
Free
it's just,
shipping.
It's just really funny. Well, no, it's like that's what last year was. It's all like, yes, this graphics card is still $500 more than MSRP, but free shipping.
Yeah, like, hey.
Like that's your Black Friday sale? Thanks. But if you're looking for external storage right now, Newegg for Black Friday.
Oh, yes.
They always have great deals on like external hard drives, internal hard drives as well if you want to expand inside.
Especially, you know, it's interesting. So you said external, especially the ones, and actually internal. I found this out. So this is weird. I found side notes to these side notes. I just found out that Sony, you can replace the internal hard drive.
Yeah.
I did not know that because I'm on the Xbox side and you can't do that on the Xbox. So found this out. But even what would be the word? Like the hard drives that are meant for or built for each console.
Yeah.
You can get those on Newegg as well for pretty darn cheap than
a
lot of places too.
And
so.
like if you're still using, like if you have a desktop PC and you're still using a hard drive for your boot drive, now is the time. Replace it with an SSD. You will make your life so much better.
Oh, it is amazing.
Just like
I have very seriously thought about doing that with my laptop.
yes, it's like
That would make my laptop so much faster.
it
Yeah.
is the easiest quality of life update that you can make to old hardware.
And they have come down in price amazingly.
They really
those
have.
SSDs.
Especially internal ones.
Yes.
I mean, they're so cheap.
Yep.
Yes.
And, you know, we're not talking about NVMe, like fancy pants, super high speed SSDs, just
No.
normal SSDs. And normal SSD over a hard drive is such a massive boost in performance that it literally makes the computer feel night and day faster.
It does.
So, you know, and it's the kind of thing where like you can do it with hard drives there as well. You put your operating system and your programs on your SSD, put all your files on hard drives.
Yeah.
You know, that will speed up your computer a ton. And, you know, maybe loading files still takes a minute, but it will still make it feel so much snappier. So you can get a 128 gig SSD, slap it into your desktop, put your OS on that, and then use your other hard drives as just storage.
Yep.
And that's a great way to operate. And you can get a 128 gig SSD for, I haven't actually looked at Newegg because Newegg's Black Friday sales, typically you don't actually see their Black Friday sale until a couple of days before. They
Right.
don't really leak that the way that most retailers do or send out ads because they don't need to.
Right.
Like I will wake up the day after Thanksgiving to an email from Newegg that says, look at these great deals.
yeah.
So, you know, that's why I didn't list anything from Newegg because all the good stuff we're not going to see
It will
that
be
till
Black Friday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
But I'd be willing to bet you get a 128 gig SSD from a reputable supplier like Samsung or SanDisk or, you know, somebody like that, Silicon Power. They're also pretty good. ADATA, you know, there's a number of good, you know, look at the reviews if they're
Mhm.
there. Make sure that they're good reviews. But 128 gigs for $20, $25, I
Yep.
can see that.
Yep.
So it is a cheap upgrade that will make your computer feel like it's brand new. And if you want a more expensive one, you know, you can get up to a terabyte for really quite reasonable prices, like less than $100 probably on a Black Friday sale. So,
Yep.
you know, it's definitely something to keep in mind.
Definitely. All right. I think that's everything for our Black Friday segments.
That's all I got.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll go ahead and I'll take the reins on this for starting off for the news. Let's start off with Disney and their streaming service they announced is going to be called Disney Plus. The Netflix replacer I think we talked about earlier. At least for
Pretty
us.
much.
Yeah, at least for us. Well,
Though, to be fair, I've been, you know, toying with the idea of replacing Netflix for a very long time now, so I may not be the best person to ask on this one.
I don't think you and I are alone in that department.
Probably not, no.
I mean, think about it. The only reason we have them is because, you know, Moana's on it or Disney or certain. But
Yeah,
Disney in
yeah.
2019, they're pulling everything. And so they can have it on their streaming service. What's going to be on the streaming service, you ask? Well, all Disney, Pixar, Marvel, Star Wars, and National Geographic will be on this service. They have not announced pricing. They haven't announced anything else. Just this is what it's called. This is what's going to be in it. And we're pulling everything from Netflix.
$10.
very specifics.
$10 says it's $10 a month.
So a free
So if I win, I get a free month.
free month. All right. Fair enough.
Which I'm betting they're going to give you a free month anyways.
Probably. That's how I know I'm going to win.
But one thing that I also thought was kind of cool is they're going to be developing things for this as well. So like Netflix and Apple, they will develop original content for this. So big example of that is the company is working on Marvel's Loki, the show featuring Tom Hiddleston for Disney Plus, as well as Star Wars Rogue One is getting a prequel series as well, an exclusive movie like Noelle featuring Anna Kendrick.
I am concerned.
And an original animated series based on Pixar's Monsters, Inc. will land on the service as well.
Okay. I'm less concerned about that one and the movie starring Anna Kendrick. I am a little concerned about a prequel to a show or to a movie that, like...
Is a prequel?
Well, yeah, like... What room is there for a prequel in that, like following those same characters? Because that doesn't really make any sense.
Well,
like, do we want to really see how Jin wound up in that cell? Because I don't care, actually, like, at all. Like, do we want to see Cassian's childhood? Because I don't care about Cassian's childhood.
Well, it may not be for you then. Because guess what? There's other content on here.
I'm also concerned
Just saying.
about, like, I love Tom Hiddleston, and I love the way he portrays Loki. Like, he's fantastic. But this kind of sounds to me like a show that exists because somebody was like, oh, everybody loves Loki. We should give him a show. Like, no, that's not the right way to make a show. That's a bad way to make a show.
Well, that's what Disney does.
I know it. Oh, man, they are the masters.
It's like
of
when
the
they bought
shameless
Star
cash
Wars.
grab.
Everybody loves Star Wars. Let's make 85 million versions of it.
Yes.
To be fair, I actually really liked Solo.
I did too.
I don't know why everybody was so upset with that movie.
I still haven't seen Solo.
I've been very impressed with all of the Disney Star Wars
Dude, it's
movies.
on Netflix.
Is it?
Yeah.
Go watch it before it gets pulled.
Yeah, do
Yeah.
it.
Seriously.
Or just cancel Netflix and get,
Wait
switch
till
to
then.
Disney
Yeah.
when
Wait till then. Yeah, well, that one, for some reason, that one just isn't pulling me in. And I think, I was one that didn't like the last Star Wars movie and still have a bad taste in my mouth for that. So,
I like that one a lot.
I know
it
you
was
did.
really
I know you did.
refreshing to me. I
know
walked
you
out of that
did.
and I was like, I love Star Wars again.
I'm in the same boat as Caleb. I've been very impressed with pretty much all the Star Wars movies that Disney has made. And Solo was probably my favorite.
I liked Force Awakens and I liked Rogue One. The next
See, and I was less impressed with Force Awakens. Like, I didn't dislike Force Awakens in the same way that I don't dislike the original Star Wars. Like, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's not my favorite. The reason I watch the original Star Wars is because that's the one that's age appropriate for my kids. And, The Empire Strikes Back is a little dark.
Yeah.
So
but I get it. No. So it's just, I haven't hopped on it yet. So I will. I'll see it.
Jeez, man.
I know. I'm terrible.
Thought you were a
good.
Star Wars fan.
It's good. You'll enjoy it. It's just fun. Like,
The
it's just a
guy-
fun, like, romp.
Donald Glover is amazing
Yeah.
as Lando
Yeah,
Calrissian.
He does good.
He kills it.
He is, yeah. He sells that movie, I think.
He kind of does. Yeah, actually, the guy they had is Chewie too.
And
Like,
Chewie,
he did
yeah.
a good
He
job
did
with
a
that.
Good job.
Okay.
Everybody did a good job. Like, all
True.
the actors did a good job. The only real technical problem that I have with the movie is that it's dark. Like, they could have, like, turned up the lighting in a lot of scenes, just a couple of notches, made it a lot
Especially in
easier
the
to see
beginning.
what was going on.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Like
Yeah.
the first 10 minutes of that movie.
And
it's
then
like,
anytime they're on the ship, like, I'm sitting there like, I remember the original show. The Millennium Falcon was not this dark. Like, it's brand new in this movie. It was really old and crappy in those movies. It should be brighter inside. Like, what the heck? Did Lando just not like having the lights on or something like that? Anyways,
well, if you know Lando.
that's true. I did see his closet, so that's fair.
Heyo.
That's a fair point. It's funny.
Anywho, I guess I'll have to
Like
catch
my
up on
capes.
that. So I'll have to catch up on that. But I do have a bunch of other news, but it is for gaming. So I will move on. Let's go ahead and we'll move on to Caleb.
Okay. Apple released new computers again. No, just kidding. Kind of.
Well.
Just kidding. So there are new versions of the 15-inch MacBook Pro now available. That was something that the press release announcing the Mac Mini. So right after the event, they released a press release that says, there's a new Mac Mini and there's a new MacBook Air and yada, yada, yada. And also in there was a paragraph that was all like, oh, by the way, we're releasing new versions of the 15-inch MacBook Pro that have new graphics options. And that was it. So now if you're getting the top of the line, the top tier MacBook Pro, the 15-inch, so the most expensive configuration, if you go up to that, there are now options to configure that with a Vega 16 or Vega 20 graphics card.
Nice.
Which the Vega 20, according to Apple, is up to 60% faster than the Radeon Pro 560X that was the fastest version you could get in there before. And they come with 4 and 8 gigs of HBM2 RAM instead of GDDR4 or 5.
Very nice.
So
upgrades.
Yeah. So, if you were one of the people that were all like, man, these new MacBook Pros, sure, I can get an i9 in there, which is great and all, but it doesn't really feel like much of a MacBook Pro if I still have to plug in an external GPU to do anything. Well, now maybe you won't have to. So,
yay.
I am a little concerned, though, if you do configure the thing with an i9 and a Vega 20 GPU in there, because the Vega 20 has more compute units than the 560X that it's replacing, which means it is going to run hotter, which means the i9 is already taxing the cooling system on that laptop. So I want to see somebody catch one on fire. I'm just saying, I think you probably could. I want to see somebody overclock these things and then run them doing something, watch the fans crank up all the way, and then watch the aluminum on the bottom of the case discolor as the heat burns through. Anyways.
Just starts melting.
Yeah, it'll be a hot laptop. But it will also be faster. And unfortunately, that is aside from the Vega 64 that you can get in the iMac Pro, the best graphics card that you can get in a Mac right now. And I really, really just want Apple to please give us something better. There's nothing against AMD's graphics cards. They're just not as good as NVIDIA's.
Yeah. At least it's better. 60%.
It is 60% better. It is. It probably also commands a $500 price premium over the Radeon Pro 560X.
Probably.
So, I didn't actually price it out because those laptops start at $3,000, and so I was just yeah, I don't. I could do that,
No,
or I
good.
could get a Mac Mini for $1,100. Just it's not really a balancing act. I'm getting the Mac Mini.
We're just saying.
So, anyways,
Gotcha. Is that everything?
yeah, that's it.
Sweet. Moving on. All right, Landon, what do you have?
All right. So there was a decent enough stuff this past week. Google had their Chrome developer conference this week, which is interesting that it's separate from I/O, but it is. Also, Samsung had their developer conference this past week.
Yes, they
So
did.
we'll get to that in a little bit.
Because everybody's got to have a developer conference now.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, Google has admitted, and I think this is awfully funny, that white, bright screens tend to kill battery a little more than dark screens.
Go
Which
figure.
we all already knew.
Yeah.
And if you haven't noticed, Google has been updating all of their apps with a dark mode recently, and it's fantastic. I've been enabling them all.
Yes. Weird.
Yes.
Weird that they've
It's
come up with
it's
this.
weird because both Apple and Google made this switch a couple years ago with iOS 10 is when they started going really bright.
Oh, no, that was 7.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
7.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then Google started when they started doing this material design stuff a few years ago, and everything started just to go to that really bright. And it looks good. I will say it does look really good. Both OSs look good,
Yes.
but both OSs are quite taxing on screens. At least OLED screens, especially.
Right.
Mm.
And that's the thing, like, to
Yeah.
be clear.
Apple didn't have this problem until the 10.
And yes.
So they're okay until last year. Google, on the other hand, has had this issue for a while.
Yeah.
But now they're well, I think they knew this, but now they're admitting that this is a problem. And they're trying to enable dark mode in more things and convince developers to have dark mode options in their apps, which is a good thing because I tend to enable that anyways.
Yeah.
If there's an option like Twitter, it's night mode all the time. All my Google apps that have a dark mode, it's enabled all the time. It just looks good and it saves battery. Weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Android Studio is coming to Chrome OS.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah.
Huh.
Big thing.
Yeah.
For all the listeners that are wondering why we're so about this.
Android
It's-
Studio is Google's developer software for developing on Android.
It's for making Android apps.
Yes. The thing I really like about this coming to Chrome OS obviously isn't because you can get a cheap developer computer now. It's because I think it'll make it easier for developers to make their apps work better on Chrome OS.
Yeah. There's
Because
probably
it's
that.
going to be there anyways.
Yeah. Yeah. And it does mean you can get a cheaper developer computer
True.
as well.
True. Not that you necessarily want to.
Yeah.
You're still
I
going to
mean-
want a computer that comes with an i5 minimum.
Mm.
It's there you need less hardware if you're developing on the actual operating system that the program is going to be running on.
True.
Because you don't have to emulate another operating system in order to test the app. So if you're developing iOS on a Mac, you have to have an iOS simulator, which means
Right.
there are some Macs that won't actually support it. Like they're too old, they're too underpowered, whatever, to actually emulate modern versions of iOS, and so you can't develop iOS apps on them. So you have to have a reasonably new Mac in order to do that. And it's the same kind of thing if you're developing Android on a Windows computer. You've got to have at least a nice enough Windows computer that it can emulate Android on top of Windows in order to test the app. But if it's running in Chrome, you don't have to emulate it. It can just run.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's pretty cool.
And the benefit, like you said, we could get a cheaper developing
Yeah.
computer.
Yeah.
Because I mean, most developers generally buy Macs because they're developing for everything, and you can develop for everything on a Mac.
Yes.
Because you can only develop for iOS and Mac on a Mac, but you can develop for Windows on a Mac. You can develop for Android on a Mac.
Yep.
So most people do that. But if they want,
Grief, how did Apple do that? My heck. It's
they
just
don't
now,
provide the developing software for Windows or
Yeah.
anything else.
but they managed to sell enough hardware to mean that everybody wanted to develop for those operatings. Like, it just now struck me that is an insane business model to, like, shoot for. But somehow Apple managed to make it work. Wow. Anyways, continue.
That's why I don't think the Macintosh is going anywhere.
No. Oh, no.
That's the only reason the Macintosh is not going anywhere. Because Apple needs people to develop software for them, and they know it can only be done on a Mac.
Well, thank heavens for all those developers screaming over the past few years, because I got a new Mac Mini, so whatever.
Yes.
Anyways, keep going.
But, yeah, that is coming early next year, so it's not available yet, but it will be soon, which is
Sweet.
pretty cool. Okay, so you may have heard, I don't know if we've talked about this, but some people have complained about a slight rattling noise on the Pixel 3 XL speakers. I have noticed this. It's generally when the volume's on the lower end and using lower frequencies too. It does tend to kind of rattle or just not be super clear. But Google has said that a fix is coming in the next few weeks. So I'm guessing December security update, they'll roll out a fix for that.
There you go.
So we'll see how well that does.
It's always nice when stuff like that turns out to be software.
Yeah, it's basically
Yeah.
just the way they tune the speakers.
Right.
And it makes sense. And I kind of get it. But I'm hoping it'll fix it because I do notice it when I'm listening to, if I'm watching a YouTube video or something and I'm in a place where I don't want it really loud, you notice it.
Interesting.
And it's kind of annoying. Especially, like I said, on the lower frequencies. So if it's something you're watching that's toned down in
Yeah.
in those frequencies, you know, you definitely notice it. It's not as bad with some things, but most YouTube videos you can definitely tell.
Right.
Okay. Another cool thing, call screen, the fancy little thing that Google does with their operating system for Pixel 3s, is coming to Pixel 2s
Oh.
this week.
Ah.
Have you noticed it yet? Have you gotten it? Do you even get phone calls on your phone? I don't.
Well, I used to quite a bit, and now like I don't get them anymore.
See,
after
okay.
this whole Pixel or this whole thing's happened because I was excited.
Yeah, I was the same way. I was like, I've been like, for months, I got daily phone calls around between 7 o'clock and 8 o'clock in the morning from some random phone number, and I never answered it. And I'm like, once I heard about this call screen feature, I'm like, yes, I'm using that. And then they just stopped once I got this new phone.
Yep.
And I'm okay with it, but I'm also slightly pissed off about it.
The solution, and you're not going to call. No, yeah, I would get the same. And it would
Weird.
always say it was some Utah number, but it would, every time it'd call me, it'd be one number changed.
Yep.
And I'm like, no. But yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, call screen feature is coming to the Pixel 2 phones. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
The other big thing that happened this past week is Night Sight started coming to all the Pixels. It's coming to the 3, the 2, and the 1, and the XL variants of those phones.
I haven't got the update yet.
Wes has not got the update. I did not get the official update. I downloaded the APK Mirror app update for it, and goodness, it's awesome. I really like it. It's very impressive what they are able to do in a matter of seconds.
So
on a
for
phone camera,
the update to that, is that in?
it's in the camera update.
Okay.
It's not a software update or OS update. It is just the camera update. So it'll be in the Play Store.
Oh, okay.
I don't think it will say Night Sight.
It'll just be
Added.
updated.
It'll just be updated. Where you will find it is if I know on my phone, I don't know how the user interface is on the older phones with this new camera app. My phone, the interface is very similar to Apple, where you scroll over to different versions of whatever the camera, like video, panorama, whatever.
Oh man, that's the feature they stole from that app?
Actually,
Yeah,
I may have
man.
had it. I had an update yesterday to the Google camera, so maybe
There you
I do
go.
have it.
But if you scroll over to more, it'll be in there. Or if you are in a dark setting, it'll suggest using Night Sight, which is actually pretty handy because then you can just tap on it and it just switches automatically. But I've done a little testing with this, and I'm very impressed. Like I posted a picture online and I showed these guys. I was in a place where it was really dark. There was one light behind me, but it was a decent distance behind me, and it kind of showed a little bit. Yes, Wes now has it. Like I just took a regular picture. You could kind of tell what was in the picture if you looked really close. But then I switched over to Night Sight, and it makes it look like it's like at a sunset or sunrise type of, like, looks like there's much more light available than there actually is. It was very impressive.
What does it do if you try to take a photo in the day with it?
So, Google actually, in their blog post talking about Night Sight coming, showed a picture during the day. So what it does is it just basically gives a higher resolution photo.
Huh.
Or not higher, let's see, what was the way they described it? It sharpens the images.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay.
kind of does, it uses like the super res zoom feature where it kind of uses the shake of the OIS in your hand to take multiple images. It does all that, but without having to do that. So it just makes for a more sharp image
Right.
overall.
Right.
As long as you can hold still for the 2 seconds that it takes to take the picture. Because
Right.
it does take longer.
Right.
Obviously, it's taking more stuff in.
Yeah.
But it is very impressive, though.
Cool.
I haven't done the daytime one yet.
Right.
I haven't tried that out. I want to. I'll probably do that sometime this week.
Yeah. Well, I'd imagine most of the stuff that the app is, or that that mode is doing when it's active at night, it's probably shuts it off when it's all light. When the sensor detects, oh no, there's plenty of light here. We really don't need to be doing
Yeah.
some of this stuff. Because I took the, Landen sent us all some before and after photos with Night Sight, and I took the before image and played with it for a couple of minutes in Photoshop, and was able to get it to about the same color balance and exposure appearance as the after photo, with an enormous amount of noise. There was still a ton of noise in there that a talented person in Photoshop could get rid of.
Right.
Like that, you can do that. It's just software. But I am not that. I am not that person. So, just by tweaking some color stuff. So they're doing color balancing and stuff like that. They're also automatically changing the ISO and shutter speed of the camera when it takes the picture. And it's all stuff you could do with a camera app that gives you manual control of the camera.
Yeah.
And then some software tweaking to the color and balance and exposure afterwards. Those are things that we've been able to do. So it's not like Google is doing any magic that we've never seen before. What they're doing is making it stupid easy to do it and putting it all in the same place and then doing it in a couple of seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And making it really convenient for everyone to do.
Yeah, and it works very well.
Yeah.
And you're going to get better results if you have something to prop your phone on, like set it on, or tripod, or something to rest your hand on so you're not shaking as much. Yep. I can definitely tell in the really dark photo that I took, you can see where some movement was.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, it still looks good, but you can notice that.
Yeah.
There was another photo I took that had more light. It just kind of brightened it a little bit. Those are probably the better scenarios for this feature because it's just going to make it clearer, a little brighter, and the colors are going to be better.
Yep.
And it's not going to be quite as blurry if you move. You'll probably still notice if you look close enough, but it's not nearly as bad as if you're in a dark place.
I wonder if you're in a very dark area and you point the thing at the sky, would it make the stars look brighter? Or would it make the whole sky look brighter?
Well, that's something I did notice in that photo. With the before picture, you cannot see any stars or sky. It's just black.
Right.
In the other photo, you can pick out individual stars, and the sky is a lighter hue of blue.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So the before picture, your camera was just trying to rely on that light that was sitting behind you, and then like the cityscape on the distance, like on the horizon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I'm just kind of wondering if I'm just wondering if you could use this as sort of a poor man's sky photography for nighttime stuff.
I'm sure someone has tried or will try.
Yeah, probably. It's like, I don't know. I don't want it to sound like I'm being down on Google because I'm totally not. They're not doing anything all that crazy or all that special here. They're just doing some really basic stuff that, professional photographers have known about and been able to do in other ways forever. But they're doing it really simply, really quickly, and really easily so that everybody can do it.
Yeah.
And it,
on their phone.
makes me very happy. This is, that Apple will probably be copying that feature in the next iteration of iOS. Which
hopefully
let's all just share features around because it's okay.
It's the way to
Apple
do it.
did portrait mode first. Everybody took that. This is Google paying it back.
There you go.
Look, here's a cool camera feature that you can have.
There you go.
I was listening to the Android Police podcast, and one of them was like, knowing what Google can do on a phone camera with one phone lens, I want them to make a DSLR. I'm like, oh my goodness, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
you give them a full camera lens like that with that like image processing. Wow. You could do amazing things with that.
Well, what's
and
crazy,
manual mode with all that stuff.
What's crazy is that Google has spent so much time doing in software everything they can to make up the gap between what DSLRs do with just having a bigger sensor and a nice lens.
Yeah.
And I'm honestly not sure Google's software would have any clue what to do with a bigger sensor and a nice lens. Like, I'm not sure it would actually be any different than a Canon, Canon software. They'd have to start over from scratch, I think.
Well, they could take all the stuff that they learned and then throw it onto that, develop it for a year, and then come out with something, and it'd probably be pretty awesome.
It would be interesting to see them do something like that.
I don't think they will.
I suspect probably what Google would do better would be like, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but I've seen at least one camera where the manufacturer basically took a whole bunch of little camera modules and slapped like 12 of them onto the back of a camera and are like, you can take a DSLR quality photo because we're mashing all this data together from a whole bunch of little sensors. I suspect Google, with their current software, would be able to do that super well. Just put like 4 camera sensors on the back of the phone, like one at each corner, and you've got a Fire phone. Holy crap. Wow. Did I just suggest that?
Don't. No.
Put it on the back. Don't put it on the front. Anyways. But like being able to take the data from 4 different sensors like that, they probably could put together a DSLR quality photo from just those 4 little tiny phone cameras.
And that's one thing that kind of bugs me too. It's like Google can do all this with 1 lens. What do you think they could do with 2?
Yeah.
Throw another camera.
Put another one on there, dang it.
And I mean, it's already one of, if not the best phone cameras you can buy. You throw another lens on there, nobody can beat it. With Google's, with what they can do in software, I don't think anybody could beat it. At least not right now, they couldn't. But they stick with 1.
Yep.
Which is fine. But just imagine that.
But they put 2 on the front this time.
Yeah. They don't do anything fancy with that, though. It's just a wide-angle lens.
That's true.
It's still nice, but whatever. Anyways. Okay. So, like I said, night sight. It's there now for Pixel phones. I'm curious to know how good it is on the older devices. So when you need to do some testing, Wes.
I will.
I don't think it'll be that big of a difference between the 2 and the 3. Honestly, that sensor is not that different. I want to know on an original Pixel what it can do. Granted, I don't think that sensor is that much different either, but it is 2 years old at this point. So that's where I'm really curious. But so if anybody out there has an original Pixel,
try it out.
Try it out. Let
Send
us know
us the
how
pictures.
it is. I'm really curious. Okay, next thing. Leaked images of a Pixel 3 Lite have come out this past week.
I did
So
see
like
this.
a bedside lamp that's...
No.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
No.
Pixel beds.
It's a
just
bedside
looks-
table that you
Yes.
just set your phone on and it starts to charge. Please, give me that. No. No, it's a phone. A light version, small, not small, but a
Is it? Does it have a 2-inch screen?
no,
Does
it's
it-
not the Palm
Oh.
phone.
Jeez.
We don't need to talk about that piece of garbage.
The companion to your phone.
No, this is not a small phone. It's just a different version, basically. So I'll read the specs that we have. It's got a 5.5-inch IPS display, so not an OLED, which is fine. A 2220 by 1080 pixel density, whatever. I can speak. It comes with a Snapdragon 670, which that is more common in phones outside of the U.S., so we're kind of led to believe that this may not be coming to the U.S. This may be coming to like
yeah.
China and India, which makes sense.
Does make
you
a lot
throw
of
a
sense.
phone
Yep.
like this for $500 over there, it's going to sell. 4 gigs of RAM, 32 gigs of storage, 12 megapixel rear camera and 8 megapixel front, a 2915 milliamp hour battery, so that's kind of on the small end. No notch, so similar to the 3 or 2 phones. And this is curious, a headphone jack.
Oh.
But again, if it's going to these outside the US markets, it makes more sense to have one there because they care a little more.
Yeah.
Well,
Apple sure didn't seem to care.
that's true. But I thought it was interesting. This is potentially coming early next year. We don't know for sure, obviously, but I mean, there's been code names for this leaked out for a while,
Right.
but now we actually have a device, and it's the one that was leaked is white with a neon yellow power button.
Huh.
That's how we know it's not just a regular Pixel 3
Right.
because it's a different colored button, basically. But I'm curious. I kind of wish it was coming to the U.S. because I know plenty of people that would probably buy it, the cheaper version.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Snapdragon 670, the 600 series processors have been pretty good. They're definitely more battery friendly
Right.
than the 800 series because they're
They're-
not as
they're not as
focused on
powerful.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're definitely made for battery consumption, which
Yep.
is good. So having that smaller battery wouldn't be that big of a deal. Only 32 gigs of storage would kind of suck.
But most
But-
people could get by with that.
And
you
I
know?
did up until this is my first phone that has had more than 32 gigs, and I've never had an issue.
Wow.
I've never had an issue.
I'm impressed, actually. That's
And I have well over 200 apps generally on my phone, and I
Jeez.
download lots of audio for podcasts and stuff, and I've, again, never had issue with storage on my phone. Google Photos saves the day again. Because that's generally what takes up space on phones.
Yes.
Okay, next thing. Google has said, and this is kind of a segue into the next thing in news, Google has said that foldable displays are going to be fully supported in Android. So starting, I think now even, you can kind of start developing for foldable displays. And on that note, Samsung announced the Infinity folding display.
Yes, they did.
And I mean, they've been showing off foldable displays for a while, as we discussed before that we started recording at CES for the past 3 or 4 years. Both
Yeah.
LG and Samsung have had rollable, foldable, bendable, all sorts of whateverable screens. And they've never had them in devices. They've had them powered, showing stuff
yeah.
more recently, but everything's been separate from the display, and it's just the display, and you can bend it and whatever. This was actually in some sort of device and running Android.
Yes.
And like it's not a device that I'm super excited about. So we were kind of talking about this before we started recording, but I wanted to save this for the podcast. And I've heard this from other people, and I totally agree. This is the original Note version of the foldable phones. Everyone was kind of like, why would you ever want that big of a display on a phone? And the original Note was kind of ugly and massive, and very few people bought it. It was very niche. But now, it's hard to find a phone that doesn't have, or that's 5 inches or less on the display, you know?
Yeah.
It
is.
Most companies just don't make those phones anymore. If they do, they're sub $300 phones. So, I mean, you look at what they did there. They're throwing something out, seeing what sticks, and if it works, it's a concept device, and then they slowly mold it into something else. They did it with the Note. They did it with the Note Edge, which originally only had one side of this phone that rounded over, which was really ugly and weird.
I'd forgotten about that thing.
But now all their phones have that rolled edge screen on both sides of the phone. And it looks really good. It's fairly functional. It's pretty cool.
Well, they ditched most of the functionality that they introduced for that
It's
Yeah,
true.
that
they
one
did.
thing.
They kept all the good things and got rid of
Yeah.
most of the crap.
I
which was
remember
most of it.
looking at it and it was just like, oh yeah, you put it on your bedside table and it's your clock. It's your little alarm clock right there. And I'm like, you can't read that. Like when you're laying, okay, that's just whatever. Just put
Yeah.
it on the screen. And oh look, they just put it on the screen. No,
Pretty much.
Anyways,
But I mean, Samsung does this, and they're the one of the few companies that can get away with testing random crap like this and seeing if it works, and slowly iterating at it. And it's worked for them in the past with multiple things, like we've said. So that's what I see this as. It's nothing that's going to be game changing in any
No.
way within the next year or two.
this is not the original iPhone
No.
that you look back and you say that changed everything.
Yeah, no.
It's like you said, it's more like the original Note, where you can look back and you're all like, well, that was the beginning of the change, but we didn't actually see that kind of start working until like a couple of years later.
It was like the Note 3 is when things started picking up, like, okay, that makes more sense now.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And same thing with the Edge. It was like the third iteration of the edged phones. That's when it started making
it's like
sense.
that works. Okay. Now, my thing is that I'm concerned we're never actually, well, okay, not never. I'm concerned that they have given us a date. They've told us March.
March, yes, of
Of
2017, which
2019.
lines up very well with other, like, MWC, I believe, is in March. And that's generally where
Yeah.
they have a big event showcasing different things, and
Yep.
this is going to be their thing.
Yep. I suspect we will get to March they will introduce the device. It won't actually ship until September or something. I just don't think it's actually going to be here in March.
I could see that.
That's my thing. They've I don't know. I've just been promised this so many times. LG promised me a phone that was a foldable phone like 2 years ago, and we got the LG G Flex instead.
Right.
And
that was not foldable.
No, it was not. It was a little bit bendable. And then Samsung promised me a foldable display in a phone, and they gave me the Note Edge. Oh, look, it's curved. Woohoo. That's not, come on. You guys have been disappointing me for so many years now. I'm just expecting to be disappointed again.
But yeah, I'm not expecting this to be anything crazy or, super impressive. Well, I mean, it is impressive. It even, so the way they showed this off at their little keynote at their developer conference was they turned off all the lights in the room so you couldn't see the device other than the screen. And folded up, it's a really small, I've got some specs here. It's a 4.6 inch screen with an 840 by 1960 pixel density. It's really weird. And then opened up, it has a 7.4 inch display.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a weird aspect ratio. It doesn't look normal. It doesn't even look like a normal tablet, but with what they have, I mean, it makes sense. If you fold it up, it's got massive bezels because you kind of need that to have two screens in the phone and one that is much larger than a normal phone screen in the phone that folds. So you got to have space for things to move, basically. I don't know. This isn't going to be something that a lot of people, and the price that is rumored is $1,700.
Yeah, it'll be
so
super
obviously
expensive.
It's super niche. It's going to be a concept type thing at first, like the Note was. It's not something that everyone's going to go out and buy. Very few people are going to buy it. Reviewers are going to get them, try them out, and people that just have money to spend are going to buy them to try them out.
Yeah,
it's going to be that for the first year or two.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
It's really hard to say right now what the thing is even going to because it was dark. It was covered up. They have not shown us the body. I suspect they haven't even finished the design of the thing. I suspect.
Yeah, I think it's probably very close to finish, but you're probably right that it's not fully done because they had it in a prototype box, which is fairly standard for these type of this far along into the design. Yeah. They're not showing that off yet.
Right. And so the thing has two screens on it, like Landon was saying. It's got the foldable display that is your tablet display inside of the thing. And then on the outside of one side, it's got a smaller screen so that you can use the small screen or you can open up into this bigger screen. Yeah. Which is a good way to do that. That makes a lot of sense. But the way it was presented, we did not see how big the device around the outside screen was.
Right.
We kind of just got an impression that wow, there's a lot of space there, but how much of that was the box it was in? How much of that was actual bezel?
True.
And then there's also the question of how much of an air gap do we have? Yeah. And how are they addressing that? Yeah. Because there's gonna be one. That you cannot fold these things into a crease, these OLED displays. You can't do that. Yet. And so, there has to be a gap, like Surface Book style. With their hinge, there's going to be a gap on that hinge, and how big is it going to be? How are they getting around that? Is it the kind of thing where right there on the hinge, the screen actually deflects into the body of the phone so that the phone itself will snap flush and be flat?
I could see that happening.
That's possible, and then there's just some gap behind that there. But then where are the internals for that going to move to? And there's a lot of questions we don't have answers to at this point, and. That's fine, whatever. It was an early prototype. They're just trying to drum up some hype. But, we'll see. I'm an eternal skeptic where things like this are concerned. Yeah. Mostly because Microsoft promised me holograms 5 years ago. And where the heck are those?
That'd be so cool.
I still want a HoloLens. Anyways, I'm excited to see what the phone itself, just so we can answer all these questions.
Yeah.
And just to see how it works, see what they did to make it work the way it does. I mean, it did. I mean, when you opened it up, it looked like it would function fairly well as a big phone type device.
Yeah.
And if Google's on board, Samsung and Google both said they've worked very closely together to make this device work properly. And now that support for that is built into Android, it makes it easier for developers to make their apps scale easier for these devices, which also makes it easier for them to scale on Chrome OS, thank goodness.
Hey.
So, I mean, this is benefiting multiple parties here.
Yes.
It's benefiting Samsung, it's benefiting Google, it's benefiting developers, it's benefiting Chrome OS users, hopefully. You know, I like what Samsung's doing. Again, it's just one of these small steps to see what comes next. And honestly, I do think that this type of device is potentially the next step in quote-unquote innovation in phones, because there's not much else to go in phones. I mean, we were kind of talking about this before. This year, especially for phones, was a very stagnant year.
Yes.
Very iterative updates, just small little things, nothing major. And it's been that way for a couple years even.
Yeah.
Nobody's made any big jumps in design changes or software changes.
It's really sad when the biggest leap that we've made is pushing the screen up to either side of the camera on the front of the device.
Yeah.
So that we can try and get rid of the bezel there.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. So I like that companies like Samsung are doing things like this, because that's what's going to change the market and change the technology. It just takes someone bold enough like Samsung to just throw it out there and see what happens. And they're the ones that have the money to do it.
Yeah. I'm just hoping it's not too much longer before I can get my scroll. Where instead of just folding in the middle, the screen rolls up into a little tube, and then you just pull it out and it stiffens, and there's your device. And you
or it's like a watch, and it rolls up into the watch, and you just fold it out onto your arm. And
yeah.
I've seen videos of, CGI versions of those phones.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
The idea of it's cool.
It is. It's a good idea.
We're getting there. It's going to be about 10 years or more.
Probably.
But we're getting there. But I'm excited to see where Samsung takes this. But that's all my news.
Gotcha. Well, awesome. Well, let's go ahead and we'll move on to the gaming section.
Yeah. Finish this off, because I don't have any gaming news. So,
well, starting off, for all you Sony fans, they will not be attending E3 this next year.
What?
They just said that they're working on a lot of things and they will not attend.
Yeah.
Jerks.
Which means that they will be doing their own event sometime later next year.
Isn't that what they did this year?
We're gonna release a console. No, they were at E3.
Were they?
Yeah. They basically just showed us like, hey, look, here's God of War, and here's Spider-Man, and here's, like a whole bunch of games we're about to release, and everyone was like, whoa! And those games were all really good, so, I mean, it, worked out. But, yeah, I can imagine that they're probably not really pushing for any giant major AAA exclusives for the last year of the console's life cycle. Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
They're going to wait and then basically have their own event that announces the new console.
Right.
So,
and then it'll go on sale 6 months later.
PlayStation 5.
X.
That's what I'm guessing.
PlayStation X.
PlayStation X.
Oh my gosh.
PlayStation V.
I can see the V.
That would make sense because, the PlayStation View.
Hey.
View, V5, it's all going to work.
I'll call it the V. I'll call it PSV if they do that.
Well, everyone will call it PSV.
Oh my gosh. Though PSV is actually kind of a cool PSV. Oh, like you can't do that. They've already done the Vita. Dang.
Crap.
I'm sure they can do something.
We'll come back to this.
In like 8 months.
All right, in other news, Microsoft is building a discless Xbox One to release in 2019.
Oh.
So it's just going to be the digital-only disc. So that also means no
Blu-ray. Here's the future of gaming, and everyone's going to be pissed.
Oh, well, I've been a PC gamer for long enough that I'm used to this. You don't care, yeah. Steam took over the world a long time ago where I'm from. So.
Yes. I still see those deals. They still tell me and email me, hey, just so you know.
Look at how cheap everything is. Oh, okay.
Okay, I guess I will.
Take my money.
All right, speaking of Xbox, let's go ahead and move on to the new Xbox One update that came in November. What's the big thing that happened? Well, mouse and keyboard support.
Yay!
So So mouse and keyboard support you have on your Xbox, and it is up to the developer to enable this for their games. Right now, the games that are enabled right now are Fortnite, obviously, Bomber Crew, Deep Rock Galactic, Strange Brigade, Vermintide 2, Warframe, War Thunder, and Xmorph Defense, as of this article that I saw. So more and more obviously will come up. Someone had told me that Halo Wars 2 could do that because they actually play on their...
That would make a lot of sense.
So
yeah,
it does. And then, so that's a big thing. I think so. I'm not sure how many developers will hop on this, but I'm sure that there's also going to be... So I've talked to a lot of people. They're like, we don't like this. I'm going to assume they're going to be smarter than saying, yeah, we're just going to throw this on there and say, hey, have fun, good luck.
Letting me just sign into Fortnite and start poning some noobs because I have a keyboard and mouse plugged into my console.
Exactly. I think they're going to be a lot smarter than that. They will probably... For example, I've seen this like in Gears of War 4. When you're in there, you could actually enable, yes, I am a controller player and I want to play against PC players. And they'll probably have something similar like, yes, I want to go against a keyboard and mouse.
Yeah.
So if you're going to do PvP.
That is really interesting, though, because, like, it's getting closer and closer to the stage where I could just buy a console and slap it on my desk, and that's my new gaming computer. Because that is really all I use my gaming PC for is gaming.
Gaming PC.
That's why it's called a gaming PC.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's...
I think Microsoft has kind of been pushing for that. Not entirely, but if you look at the original marketing for the Xbox One, it was all about, this is your media device.
Yes.
This is not a console. This is a media device.
Yes.
They quickly switched that because gamers got really pissed about that. Well, some of them.
Well, they were just ahead of the time. I mean, look at what's happening.
Well,
I know, that's what I mean. It was definitely ahead of the time, but I mean, you look at what they've done with the Xbox One and what they're trying to continue on with that.
Yeah.
This is their new media device.
Yeah. Yep.
Whether or not you think it is, that's what they're doing with it, and that's what it's going to be. It will eventually be to where you can just, this is my computer.
Yeah. Well, and look at what they're doing with Windows 10 at the same time.
Yeah.
Windows 10 is easily the most gamer-friendly version of Windows ever made. There are so many things in there that are custom.
Gamer mode.
For gamers. Like, they're just about playing games. And it's great. And then you start looking at it and you realize, oh, this is all Xbox features. They're making Windows 10 more and more like an Xbox, to where, like, for somebody who's very familiar with gaming on Windows 10 to switch over to gaming with a keyboard and mouse on an Xbox, like, that's real similar. The only thing that would change is having to pay for multiplayer, which, like, I'm still not okay with that. So, and I like, why don't I have to do that on PC, but I would on a console? Like, I still don't. Is it just because all multiplayer happens through Microsoft servers on the console?
Steam.
But like Overwatch, I'm not using Steam servers for Overwatch. I'm using Blizzard servers.
Battle.net. Well, it's just their servers. That's
right. But I would assume that they're also using Blizzard servers on the Xbox as well, are they not? Or are they restricted to using Microsoft's own servers, and that's why you have to pay money to do multiplayer? Because if they're hosting it on Blizzard servers, I don't see why I should have to pay money to Microsoft to use multiplayer via Blizzard services.
I think so. The reason why I think that, I haven't fully gotten into this. Now, in Diablo 3, I have actually witnessed people hacking Diablo 3 on Xbox to where they can have just randomly created stuff and go into live players and just destroy things and level up and, you know, get the best gear, but also put like 5 sockets into something like a ring, which is not possible in the regular game, but then drop it and hand it to somebody. And it's like, so I think, but in Blizzard on Battle.net, obviously you can't do that because, well, first you'll be banned. And you know, and all that, but this is more frequent on the console. Now, this is on Xbox side, and I'm assuming it's on Switch and PlayStation side as well.
Right.
And so that's why I'm assuming. I don't think so. But there is some communication, but I don't think it's.
Yeah.
I think it's more on Xbox Live, and it's just Blizzard. I don't know how to explain it.
It's a really interesting conundrum to me, and that is still that's the one thing. Now that I have keyboard and mouse support on an Xbox, that is the one thing that is going to keep me from being a primarily console gamer, is the having to pay for multiplayer thing.
Right.
And it's not necessarily that I am unwilling to do it. It's that I don't understand why I have to there when I don't have to on PC. And
Right.
as soon as I can get a satisfactory resolution to that question, then I can make my mind up on this whole thing. But
Yeah.
we're still waiting on that.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you what they could do.
Yeah, to be fair, I'd be willing to bet that,
You just need to
Microsoft probably doesn't know. And
You just need to send an email to Phil Spencer.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll totally respond.
Phil will help
Hey,
it
Phil.
out. All
Good
right.
question.
More on this. They did improve the Cortana and Alexa combination on there. So basically, they said improved with beta support to the UK. Was kind of the push for that. You can now have Amazon Music on your Xbox.
Oh.
And more search improvements. Basically, the improvements that they talked about is in your search results, you will now have things that are ready to install, as well as your Game Pass membership and EA access. So if you just do a wide search, it's like, oh, you also have these. So just, I guess, a little more smarter search. So
Nice.
obviously, the biggest thing is keyboard and mouse,
Yeah.
which we'll see in more and more games as they come.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming they're going to be smart about it. I don't know for sure.
We'll see.
assuming.
We're going to have to keep an eye on Fortnite will be the way to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because that is,
Well-
it's just a competitive shooter.
Well, Fortnite is just kind of like free for all because I can play on my mobile phone against a PC player.
That's true. Yeah. But I mean, on mobile device, you can also say, no, I just want to play with other mobile players. Like,
I haven't.
it gives
I
you
don't
that
know,
choice.
so that's cool.
So,
I didn't know
that'll be the way. Like, keep an eye on what Fortnite is doing. Will kind of let us know what the larger trends are going to be.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
We'll definitely see what happens.
Fortnite's the trendsetter.
So Xbox had a big event last week. It's called XO18. Don't know what XO means, but
Hugs and kisses.
Yeah,
Hugs and Kisses. Hugs and Kisses 18, Xbox. They had a couple announcements I did want to mention. First one is that they have purchased Obsidian Entertainment and In Exile Entertainment. Two more gaming studios. The biggest one, obviously, Obsidian, has a history with Star Wars, the Knights of the Old Republic. Is that the Knights of
No, just the Old Republic.
the Old Republic? Is that what it's called?
Obsidian.
Yeah.
Knights of the Old Republic was BioWare. And,
Oh, that's right. Sorry, I said it
and
wrong.
Somebody else, but the Old Republic.
The Old Republic. Yes.
Yeah.
So, and South Park: The Stick of Truth. Sorry, I had to mention that.
Those go together.
Those go together really well. But those are two newly purchased game studios that are coming to the Xbox family. Next, they did release Crackdown 3, gave you February 15th, and that obviously is going to be on Game Pass.
Yay.
So-
Finally.
Yay! And on Game Pass, you can now pre-download the content before it's launched. So as if
Oh.
you pre-ordered, it'll pre-download for you.
Nice.
But you just can't, it'll just say, hey, can't use it yet until
Yeah.
that time. Okay, moving on. Let's see. They are also talking about big games that are coming to Game Pass. All the Ori series, Ori and the Blind Forest, it's coming to that, as well as
Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
the Willow of the Wisps, that one. Let's see. Kingdom, Two Crowns, and Hellblade. Is this
Senua's Sacrifice.
That one.
Yeah.
I knew you'd know that one.
Oh, yeah.
That one's coming to Game Pass as well.
Best game of 2017. Hands down.
I'm excited because I've been keeping my eye on that one.
We have an episode talking about it.
Yes.
If you go back in time.
There's also a video on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
True
So
story.
That is actually probably legitimately the best games journalism that I've ever done. That one video right there.
That's awesome.
Because the game is worth it. Oh, it's so good.
So, yeah, I'll be
Such a good game.
downloading that one.
It's
and
like
playing
6
that
hours of the most intense experience ever.
one. I do remember you talking about
Play it with headphones.
Okay.
Like,
I will.
oh,
That's what I play anyway.
good.
Also, the Xbox Game Pass This announcement was kind of interesting. Is that it came from Satya Nadella saying that the Xbox Game Pass will now go to Windows 10 PC.
Hey,
So any PC people,
there you go.
you can play all these games on your PC now.
Well,
Xbox Game
I
Pass
assume all
games.
of the ones that are supported on PC.
Yes,
Not
that's what I
all
meant.
of the
I'm
ones
sorry,
total, because
the ones that are being supported on PC, Windows 10
right.
store. So
Because if he was also announcing all of the games that are in Games Pass are now available on Windows 10, that's a huge deal.
yeah,
Holy crap! That's
But-
like 100 games.
I mean, most of the games that they're coming out with in these studios are being released
yes,
for Windows 10. So
all of the new releases are available on Windows 10, but like some of the older ones that are in there, like that would be nuts. Like the entire Halo franchise.
by the way, they have announced that they are trying to get the Master Chief Collection on PC.
Well, sweet.
And that is currently in Xbox Game Pass.
Right. Huh.
Anyway, so continuing. Let's see. Oh, the new add-on for Forza 4, you are going to be able to drive on the Fortnite Island.
What in the? Whoa. Okay.
Yep.
Wow.
An upcoming download, you'll be able to just use your Forza 4 and drive on the island.
Weird.
I know. Well, it was a Hot Wheels one for the last one.
That's
but
true.
this is-
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, why not? Moving on. Let's see. The new Sea of Thieves announced the arena that's coming out here. Basically, it's a battleground.
Right.
So, player versus player, team versus team.
Kraken versus Kraken.
I actually saw a video of the Kraken
That would be
versus
so awesome.
versus Meg,
Yeah. The crack.
where the Kraken just totally smacked Meg out of the water.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
I tell you about the one where?
You mentioned it on the podcast.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Still the funniest Sea of Thieves
That's a
video
pretty
I've
good
ever
one.
seen.
I saw that one. It's
That's
pretty
so
funny.
good.
Anyway, so those are the big ones I did want to mention. They did mention little things like DLCs. Obviously, the big DLC that's coming is Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, the new tombs, and the new little bits of story addition. That's coming
I
to
should
that.
probably finish that game.
I did actually.
I made it a ways into it, and then I bought a PS4 Pro and Horizon Zero Dawn, and got lost a little bit. So
Yeah, you can't. Yeah,
need
with
to
all
go
these
pick it
games,
back up.
I'm lost in Red Dead 2 right now. So
I'm not even gonna. No, I'm not buying any more open world games until I finish The Witcher 3. Just not gonna do it.
good luck with that. And then the big announcement for a lot of other people in this is they had Summer of Arcade on the 360, and they are now releasing Winter of Arcade this December.
Oh,
What this is just so it's December 6th through the 21st, and they will have special incentives on select ID at Xbox titles, which is independent developers.
nice.
So it'd be kind of cool on there. So those are the big things that they announced, but more to come, obviously, on there. So mouse, keyboard support, big, and all the rest of that. So that's the gaming news that I have. Anyone else have anything?
Nope.
Landon, do you have one more thing?
Nope.
I just want you to know I hate playing against you on Super Mario Run. I hate it. I do. I'm like, oh, I could do this. This be easy. And like somehow I just can't. Like I'll get on there.
You can
It's-
choose to not play against me.
Well, I know, but then but I have to. I
Where's
wanna
the
be
fun
like,
in that?
I know. I'm like, I want to try this and see. And like, I'll go further ahead of you, and I'll collect as many coins, and somehow you're like, oh yeah, I've got 100 and something more coins than you did, and I'm like, oh, okay. It sucks.
Pink coins.
No, I get those, but you somehow just
Also, trying to get as many toads as you can is beneficial. So
how do you get more toads other than not dying?
definitely not dying helps. Getting the flag first is beneficial.
Yes.
So anytime you see like the blue star that builds up, anytime you do something that builds that up, also can get you more toads.
Gotcha.
So when you spin in the air, that kind of helps. When you land and you do a tuck and roll, if you jump out of that, it gets you more toads. Doing tricks and things like that can get you more
Oh.
toads.
Gotcha. I've been trying to use all the characters that I have. I've only got 4.
Well,
Mario.
Luigi is the best.
Mario, Luigi, Princess, and Yoshi.
Well,
Blue
you
Yoshi.
gotta play more Toad Rally because you gotta.
Luigi is fun.
If you do all the different Toad Rallies, that's how you get all of the Yoshis.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you get a certain amount of the yellow Toads, you get the yellow Yoshi and green.
Yeah.
So far, and then the purple one's the hardest because it's the hardest one to collect Toads in is the purple Toad Rallies.
Gotcha.
But they're fun. I love that game. It's so much
It
fun.
is addicting. Like, I'll sit there and play it, but man.
Like, I literally have no reason to play that game anymore. I've got everything. I've beat everything. There's nothing for me to do other than just go and play.
Yep.
But it's so much fun.
Well, that is kind of the reason to play most games is because they're fun.
They're fun. to
True.
play.
True. But, I
Believe it or
mean,
not.
some games, Outdoors Odyssey and Outdoors Adventure, honestly, I don't play them very much now that I've beat them.
Seriously?
I do every now and then,
Oh,
but
see,
I
and
don't know.
I'm the guy who will boot into those in Zen mode and just run for like 30 minutes. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it.
That is awesome.
But
Yeah, but
Super Mario Run, I don't know what it is about that game. It just like to play it.
no,
It's
it's fun. It is. But there's times that I think that I've got it, and then I'm like, it does the end little thing, and I'm like, wow, you totally okay. I sucked at that one, but I'll go against others.
Just give me your phone for a week.
Yeah.
I'll get you up to
Here,
where.
will you just get me there? No, but yeah, it's funny because I've got maybe 500 toads, and you've got like 76,000.
Yeah, I'm up there.
Anyway, I think that's all we have for the rest of the show. We appreciate everyone that's been listening. And if you have any comments or questions for us, you can get on to our website at callingallplatforms.com. Or if you want to see some sweet, sweet videos on gaming, you can check out our YouTube channel. We are going to head out and have a good week.
Bye-bye.
See ya.